Hello once again and welcome back to the 2015 League of Legends World Championship. The players are getting ready on that stage there as Team Solo Mid is about to face off against KT Rolster. Now, if KT win, not only do they secure their spot in the quarterfinals, they obviously, of course, knock TSM out of contention for a quarterfinal spot. So there's a lot on the line for both of these teams. It's do or die time. What are the main factors that we're looking at as TSM did look better in their first showing today, but still unable to pull the trigger and close a game?
Yeah, TSM ran into the same problems that they've always had, but it also looked like they were suffering from nobody wants to knock them out of the tournament on their own team. But you can't have that, because then you're playing not to lose. Instead of playing to win, you have to play for keeps, because they have to win every game from here on out on TSM and keep KT down. So you have to be able to just clear your head. It's much easier said than done, but also take responsibility for things and at least step up to the plate to make those plays.
Yeah, I think the scary thing here for TSM and what I want them to improve on is what Origin did, and that's play the map a little bit better. They need to be able to rotate around very crisply outside of the early game. Their early gamers look fantastic. If they can transition that, there is a chance, because when we've seen KT looking good, it's when they control the big zones and get their ward line down. TSM need to do a very good job of denying that and maybe starting some advantageous team fights.
It's like, I feel you're saying that the early game, I think it has looked better, I agree, but I don't think it has looked good enough to impress me, because I feel like Santori needs to get more active. He needs to get his hands dirty. I feel Lost Boy should start to make decisions where he leaves the lane, because they aren't really dominating the bot lane. Maybe he should leave the lane, do some roams. I want to see Dyrus as well to make use of his teleport, because throughout the game they are just too inactive. They're just chilling at their turrets. Yeah. It cannot happen.
We had the criticism that they went to the mid lane once, secured that kill onto XPeke, never made a return gank, never looked to really propel Bjergsen ahead.
They're like being nice. They need to be bullies. When somebody blows their flash, you just come get them again. You try to tilt them off the face of the earth. Keep going after that. The dagger's in, you got to twist it.
Especially with a melt fight, man.
Right. And then, of course, we got to flip over to KT. We just saw them play, and they're looking very solid. So for them, I have to imagine a lot of it is just clean execution, play like you've been playing.
I'm just thinking back to the previous game that they played. It was pretty clean. The only advantage TSM had was Bjergsen in the mid lane. That killed Nagde 1v1, but TSM failed to play on that pressure, and KT simply dominated the bot lane, dominated the top, and transitioned that into a late game team fight where Nagne was more useful than Bjergsen in the end.
All right, well, slow and steady wins the race for KT, and that's pretty good against TSM as a team. Down the line, predictions. Zyrene, we're starting with you.
I'm also going to go with just KT here again. I went with them earlier today. They didn't let me down. Sorry about your LGD, man. But, yeah, I feel like KT play a better late game than TSM currently, and their shot calling and macro play, although it's not the best of the tournament, is still better than TSM's at the moment.
Yeah, when I look at this matchup, I just see the KT top laner someday going up against Dyrus, and I get so scared. So I think that KT will be able to once again use that lane, as they have all tournament long, to just snowball advantages around the map and start great team fights.
While I feel personally that TSM had the tools to take some of these wins with the Bjergsen advantages mid, they've just proven that they cannot really execute on it. They're playing way too passive, and I have to go with KT.
There you have it. We're a unanimous desk here. We're going to send it out to the casters. And as we go, Nagne said he's got to step up his individual game to match the strong mid laners he's going up against in Group D.
저는 롤드컵이 오기 전까지만 해도 충분히 그 나머지 세 팀의 미드라이너한테 안 밀릴 수 있다고 생각하고 코치님도 항상 그렇게 힘을 많이 주셨어요. 근데 제가 그 1주차에서는 그 보답을 좀 많이 못 해드린 것 같아가지고 정말 죄송하고, 이번 2주차에서 치러질 오늘 매치업에서는 꼭 제가 라인전에서부터 좋은 모습을 보여드릴 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다.